Bam! Right there. How's it going, guys? Token Vaping with another juice review from a line and company that, if you've been following my channel at all, and if you haven't had the chance to, there is that red subscribe button. I've had an opportunity to review a bunch of their flavors so far. They are sent to me for the purpose of this review. Gotten to know the guys behind the scenes a little bit better. Checked out just all the different things in their flavor lines. They have 2 lines to their company, and just they're doing great things for the vaping community. I really connect with their company message, the purpose of why they're doing what they're doing. They're based out of Montana, and they're just some really cool down-to-earth guys. But their flavor lines, whether I'm a fan of the flavor or not, their flavor lines have all been well made. They're rock solid. They've held up and done what they were supposed to do. They taste the way they're supposed to. The cloud production is really good as well. So, regardless, the consistency is there, and that means a lot especially when it comes to vaping lines. So, without further ado, I'm going to jump right into this. And the company is VanVal Vapors, and this is one of their sample bottles. You can purchase them in multiple sizes. I will get to all of that afterwards. I started doing this a little differently per a couple of requests from some viewers. A lot of people want to know what I think of a flavor first, so that it gives them a better idea, and then I'll get into all the information and the backstory and all of that. So this is the flavor that we are doing today, and it is a little hard to see because the wording on this is a little dark. But this flavor is called VanCal's Titty Sprinkles. Yes, you did hear me correctly. Flavor profile for this is basically a freshly made donut with a chocolate glaze topped with a drizzle of white chocolate. So it's meant to be a really sweet, donutty, dessert style flavor. As you can see, the security ring on here. We're going to go ahead. It is a first vape, first review, so it is going on fresh cotton, as always, that I do for you guys, as you can see there. Quick shout out to USV, the United Society of Vape, for the USVL mod. And as always, of course, I have to say it, Texas Tough Cotton. Cotton of choice. Just works really well. It's really easy to wick. Especially if you're in a hurry and you need to re-wick really fast. You don't feel like you have to put it off. And the break-in time is almost non-existent. So that's one reason, the main reason that I really love the company. The cotton is just, it works really well. But that link will always be in the comment box down below. So as you can see, comes in its own little unicorn style dripper top. Will accommodate most RDAs, RDTAs, and tanks that are out there, especially with the various size fill port holes that are being made nowadays on the market. So this will accommodate the bulk of them, and it's just really handy, really convenient. And these size bottles are really convenient, and it's cool that they offer them, because that way, for the price and the size, you don't feel like you're wasting money, especially if you don't like a flavor. But it's a great way to try a couple of different flavors for about the same price as you're looking at some of the bigger size bottles, but you can try other things like that. Or you could just check out my videos and see what flavors sound more interesting to you. But I'm going to go ahead and drip this up. And I can already smell the chocolate and almost the doughy pastry from this. It's definitely a very strong and pungent odor. We will see if this falls in line with the rest of their flavors that I've had the privilege of trying so far, and see if the flavor is just as on point. I'm going to do a quick pre-burn. Get that juice flowing like that. And the other thing I like about this line so far, while I'm just randomly talking, is that most of the flavors that I've tried from them, I have vaped most of them. I do have a couple of favorites so far, but most of them have not really messed up my coils. Depending on the type of flavor, I think this is one of the darkest flavors that I've tried. So it'd be interesting to see how the cotton holds up. But in general, they've been very clean, which I like a lot. So as always, I'm vaping at 75 watts. And this is VanCal's Titty Sprinkles from VanVal Vapors. As you can see, you will not be disappointed when it comes to cloud production. All their flavors are rock solid like that. I did list it, and I will get a better example. This one is an 8218. I should have known that beforehand, but so you can definitely expect solid clouds off of that. Bam. Okay, so just on the safe side, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick re-drip. And You know, if for no other reason, I do this just to make sure that, especially with the more complex flavors that are being made nowadays, it's just so that I don't overlook anything, and that I miss out on part of the flavor that you may want to know about. VanCal Titty Sprinkles. If you've ever had a chocolate covered donut, a chocolate glazed donut, the donut ring with the chocolate on top, I'm telling you, it's pretty much dead on to that. The aftertaste that you get the ending of the pastry with that last hit of the chocolate on it. It is definitely sweet. It is a little on the heavy side as opposed to obviously, you know, like fruitier or more lighter type flavors, but it's not as heavy as like a true dessert or a custard flavor, something like that. But because of the pastry and because of the chocolate, it is going to have a little bit of heaviness to it. But I'm telling you, again, if you've ever had a chocolate covered donut, it's pretty much dead on to that. I'm still tasting the chocolate. Now, depending on how sensitive your taste palate is, the white chocolate might be a little hard to pick out just because white chocolate just kind of has a more generic taste. I don't know if that's the proper way to explain it, but the dark chocolate definitely has a much more pronounced flavor, and you definitely taste that. You do get the pastry on the undertone. With an 82-18 mix ratio, there's absolutely no throat hit. This is a super smooth vape. Now, this might not be something that I can vape all day just because of the sweetness to it. I'm not a huge sugary sweet type person. I prefer more the custard and the yogurts. But if you like donut flavors, if you like sweet flavors, if you have a sweet tooth that you just look for something that, you know, you can vape on and hit for a little bit and satisfy that craving, trust me, this definitely is a good option. It's basic, but it has a very pronounced, rich flavor. Definitely smooth. The cloud production is massive, as you just saw. It's definitely on point. You can actually go directly to their website. It's vanvalvapor.com. And it has both their lines, and it also has all the flavors. It has all the profiles. This is out of their August 8th line. There is a 7 Chakras line as well. This is the August 8th line. Now, a couple of cool things about this company. Their company message, honestly, they really don't care about the labeling. They don't care about the bottle as long as it follows regulations and everything else like that, and it's safe and it's not going to like deteriorate or bust apart or anything. Their main concern, their main focus is what is inside this bottle, as is my purpose of this review. So with that, the pricing is going to actually be impressive to most people because you're going to be looking at it going, well, how do they make anything off of it? Their concern is making sure that regardless of how many flavors they offer, regardless of where you are, that what you're getting is a top shelf vaping juice, regardless of what it's packaged in, regardless of how expensive or not expensive that it is. And I have a lot of respect for that. Now, sizes wise, you can get this in the 17.5 milliliter bottle, which is this size. They have a 50, a 65, a 125, and a 210. Now, nicotine level wise, pop this. It's a 0, 1.5, a 3, a 4.5, a 6, a 7.5, a 9, a 10.5, and a 12. Unless you are one of the most pickiest people in the world, and I do know they do exist because everybody has different styles and preferences, between the amount of nicotine options, between the multiple sizes that they can come in, between the 2 lines of flavors that they offer, I would really like to know why, if there is anybody out there that isn't at least willing to try some of the flavors from this line and this company, period. But if there's somebody out there who absolutely would not be willing to try at least one flavor from this line because of any reason, I would be really curious to know what that reason is, because they go out of their way to make sure they accommodate as many different variations of vapors as there are out there, with the range of flavors that they offer, with the immense amount of nicotine options, with the multiple bottle sizes for people who vape a lot, who vape a little, things like that. So it really would be hard to come up with a specific reason to say I can't try them. But again, it is possible. I would just really be curious to know why, if there is anybody out there. But there is the name of the flavor right here, VanCal's Titty Sprinkles, VanVal Vapors and their logo, nicotine level, all the warning and ingredient labeling that is required by law, 18 plus, max VG, which as you heard me say is an 8218, and it has the batch number on here as well to keep track of different batches and things like that in case for whatever reason, God forbid, there actually is a problem with them. I have yet to come across a bottle that has a specific problem, whether it's a bad flavor, bottle's broken, anything like that. They take pride in making sure that everything is the way that it should be. The only reason why there might be a problem is if it's a flavor that you just either vape yourself out on, or it might be something you wanted to try and it just didn't hit that particular flavor or palette that you were looking for. Beyond that, great care and great attention to detail that these guys put into it. Like I said, they are based out of Montana. Definitely check them out. It's vanvalvapor.com. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. You can email them. You can contact them directly off their website. Definitely check them out. VanVal Vapors, thank you so much for the continued privilege and honor. This is a huge enjoyment for me to be able to review your lines. As always, guys, I'm Token Vaping. I'm here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Pinterest. Anything that I myself can do to help further enhance your vaping experience and make it more enjoyable for you, it's the only reason why I do this. So definitely reach out to me. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, a particular video that you'd like to see done. I will do everything in my power to make that happen. But until next time, no matter what, morning, noon, or night, always remember, truly love yourself. Vape on, vape strong, guys. Have a good one.